A very good evening, one and all. Welcome to the video series. In this course, or I would say in this small crash course, you would learn how to create an AWS Lambda function. Basically, we'll write a very simple Lambda function on basically AWS. We'll do that right from scratch. Once we learn that, what we will do is basically then we will learn how to create a custom deployment package. We'll see what's the problem with the deployment package and how layers can help us to create custom Python packages. So basically we create layers and then we use those layers in the Lambda function. We'll also be talking about the environment variables in that. We'll also talk if you want to upload Lambda function through S3. So all of that is there in this one video. So if you do not know anything about Lambda function, I would recommend to watch this video till the end, so you would have a good understanding about AWS, or you would say a Lambda function, how to write Lambda function and get started with it. Okay, so let's get started. So the first step is basically we'll create our very first Lambda function, or it also called as the hello world Lambda function, and I would be basically guiding you through the UI. So step one is basically creating a Lambda function. So hopefully you have an Amazon Web Services account, so kindly log in into your account. So the first thing that you would see is this dashboard. It is also called as Amazon console. So first of all, we need to basically go to the Lambda function. The Lambda function is usually available under the section called as compute. So you want to click on the Lambda function. As soon as you click, you would see certain options. You won't see all of these because I do have a Lambda function here, but let's create one from a scratch. So I'm gonna click on the button create function. As soon as you click on the function, it's gonna ask you the function name, and name it the function whatever you like. So I'm gonna say my first function. For the Python runtime, I'm gonna select Python 3.8 because that's the latest Python model available. Then comes the permission or the role. Role basically means what all resources your Lambda needs to execute. So we are gonna create a very simple role, I guess. With a basic so we'll say create a new role with a basic Lambda permission, or you can also do create a new role with AWS policy template. So whatever, but we'll just use create a new role with a basic Lambda permission. We'll click on the button create function. This should so that now AWS would be creating a Lambda function for us with a barebone template. So I will actually show you that. So let's wait for the function to be created. So here you can see my first function. Let me kind of guide you out through the dashboard, because for the people who are seeing it for the first time, things might be a little difficult for you. I'm here to make things easier for you guys. So let's go right from the top. So on this we have a if you click on this, these are the options you can see. So if you click on functions, you would see all the functions that you have. Layers is something I haven't talked about. I will talk about it in a bit. Dashboard will basically bring you to the dashboard and the application. Talking about that, you can also navigate through the nav bar here, which shows here. On the top, this shows the function name. This shows the configuration that you have currently. So you can see 0 layers. It's kind of a design template. Then we have permissions, which shows what kind of permissions you have. So we have a very basic, simple Lambda permission. Monitoring is where you see your logs and stuff on the CloudWatch. So those are these tabs, okay? Now coming to here, we have a button called as test, and we have something called as action, qualifiers, and throttle. We'll cover these all things in a bit, not now, because I want to cover some very basic stuff. If you scroll down, AWS does provide you a nice UI where you can write code if you want. If you want to change the theme, you can go here. I guess it was something themes. I usually like a dark theme, so you can change that according to your permission, according to the way you want. On this section, when you click on actions, there are two options: upload a zip file, upload a file from S3. So we'll take a look at all of these things. We'll upload it from S3 as well, a zip file also. So just letting you know all the options we have. So again, I'm gonna click. Down here we have an environment variable. So if you want to add any environment variable, so you can add it here. I'm gonna show you that. Tags, basically to create, if you want to add any tags. This is very important, which is called as the basic settings, which I want to cover. So if I click on edit, it shows the runtime, how much memory you want to allocate for this function, what should be the default timeout section. You can increase it to 10 minutes maximum. So if your function takes like 10 minutes, you can set the timeout there. If you want to change anything here, you can change it. These are the basic settings. VPC are something usually when you're working in a company, usually like a dev, production account, QA account. So that's where these stuff will come into role. File system and all, I'm not gonna go there. Concurrency and all, we'll not discuss much of that. Asynchronous invocation, database proxies. Let's leave that for now. Let's just run the function. We have a simple function. In order to run, first of all, you would save the function by pressing Ctrl S and click on the save button here. Once it says saved, you have a green successful, right? Now you wanna click on the test button. Now give it an event. So whatever name you would like, my test event, and all I'm gonna do is say create. Now as soon as I click on the button test, it's gonna fire up my Lambda function. So if I hit the button test, so execution result succeeded, and you can see I have a message called as hello world, which is printed on the console, and it gives me all the summary that I have been built for about 100 millisecond because the function ran for 100 millisecond. So I was charged for that. Okay, so that's pretty much basic about Lambda. Let me just show you the environment variable. Let's say we want to add a new environment variable, and the key is gonna be, let's say we want to say name, and the value gonna be sawmill. I'm gonna click on the save. So I did add an environment variable. Now I'm just gonna print that environment variable here. So instead I'm just gonna, let me actually zoom in a little bit, bring this a little down. Unfortunately, if I could zoom more, I'm gonna import OS and I'm gonna import sys. All I'm gonna do here is basically name is equal to os.get env, which is the function, and then you need to give the environment variable name that you defined, which was capital name. So again, go here. Environment variables are used whenever you want to hide any sensitive information in your code, right? So I'm gonna basically just add a print statement here. Okay, that's done. We will maximize it. Remember, whenever you do anything, you need to save it. So I'm gonna click on the save button. I can click on the test function. Okay, so I'm gonna click on that. Sawmill, see, the environment variable was done, right? So we got the value from the environment variable, right? Now in the next video, I'm gonna be teaching you how to create a deployment package. Let's say you wanna use Pandas, NumPy, or any other libraries. So I'm gonna be teaching you how to create a deployment package, how to upload the deployment package on AWS. There are some tricks here because when you create a deployment package, usually you wanna create a deployment package for Linux distribution and not Windows. But when you create it from Windows, there will be a problem. So I'm gonna talk about that. So in the part 2, we'll learn how to create a simple deployment package. Like if you need any libraries that you want to use, we'll learn all of that in the part. Okay, so let's learn how to create a custom deployment package. So whatever libraries or modules you want to use, we create a deployment package and use it. So I created a folder called as my Lambda. Now head over to that folder. Now what we need to do is, here is the problem. So if you say pip install, let's say for example, you're using request module in your Python package. So let me show you that actually. What problem does is basically, that's what I'm trying to show you, like the problem. Why you need to install packages using a Linux instead of Windows. So I want to show you that. The reason especially of doing that. Request PyPy. So we want to, let's say we are using this module and we basically want to use this module on AWS or Lambda function, right? Request module to make an HTTP request, right? Might take a while. Okay, so this is a module that I want to use. Ideally, what you should do is basically you would say pip install request. This means that you want to install the request module in the target current directory, which is in the my Lambda folder, right? But instead of doing that, I am saying is basically go to your app store first and download Ubuntu, which is Windows system for what I'm saying is basically we need to install a Linux subsystem for Windows. So let me show you, So basically install any one of the Ubuntu system and make sure you enable Windows subsystem for Linux. So when I say WSL, I can use all the Linux command like ls, sudo and all of that. And then you have to install Python in this. The reason I'm doing that is because if you do the pip install request target dot, what happens is it's gonna create a Windows wheels, right? And usually AWS accepts works on Linux systems usually. So I would do that. I would create packages using Linux. If you have a Mac or like Ubuntu, you're fine. But from Windows, sometimes it works, but it's a good practice to use Linux distribution, right? So I'm just gonna create a function here. So it's gonna be a very simple lambda. I'm gonna call this a lambda function. Okay, and I'm gonna simply guys copy the function that we had here. Okay, simple. Gonna remove the name here. Okay. Now what I need to do is basically, since I need to install that module here, so oops. So I can just say pip3 install request target dot. This means install the module request in the current directory. Remember, I'm using a Linux system, Ubuntu, basically Windows subsystem for Linux, right? So ideally that's the way you want to do it, because it would create a Linux distribution. Otherwise it's going to create a Windows wheel, and sometimes you might get issues with that. I had issues personally, so I always used, if I want to make any packages, I would usually go with this approach. So now if you go to the file, you see these all packages and modules have been installed, URL lib3 request and all of that. So now our Lambda is almost done. So what we need to do, we need to do the show in folder there. Go there. Now all I have to do is select everything, use 7-zip, it's a free software, add to zip. So I did a zip file. Now all I have to do, action, upload zip, upload my Lambda zip. So I'm gonna upload that, save. Should be less than 10 megabits. If it's greater than 10 megabits, you might have to upload it on an AWS S3. So make sure to take care of that, okay? Okay, so we have that, right? So let us import request, and so I guess that's the way you would do it. Request. Okay, so now if I save it, I want to save the function. Okay, and it's gonna be saved. And then if you run it, since the request module is installed locally in your Lambda function, it will run. Now one important thing that I want to say, the name that you see, that there is a way you would name the Lambda function. So you would say the file name and then the function that you want to trigger. If you have different names, then you would go to the basic settings, click on the edit, and make sure file name and the function that you want to execute. Always remember that, okay? So I want to save that, and then I'm going to hit on the test button to make sure that everything worked correctly. So might take a while to save those things. Okay, so Lambda is saved. Now I'm going to click on the test button. So you can see request module was installed there and it made a request. We can actually test it out by doing curl-trailworks.com, or instead of even doing that, I usually have an API on my websites. So we can just go to my website here. I just want to test it out, open source API. So I'm gonna actually test out the news API. So okay, so if I actually come here, hit this on the, I think it's a GET request if I'm not wrong. I should see some data, right? So let's try out that here in the console on the AWS to make sure that the library was installed. URL is equal to, so that's done. I'm writing a very bare minimum code right now. We just want to see whether it works. I'm just making a string right now. Let's save that. So ideally we should make a request there and I should see some data. That's the idea, okay? So you can make calls to your API servers and stuff like that. So hopefully that's done. Let's give a shot. So now it's making a request. See all the data. works like a charm, right? So this is how we would do it. Now another thing that I wanted to show you here, so instead of using this way, I could also upload it on an S3. So come to S3, upload, add file. The same function I can also import it from S3. So I'm gonna import that, and then I'm gonna talk about layers a bit. So I'm uploading the function on S3. Now for function usually who's greater than 10 megabits, right? So what you want to do is copy the S3 link, go to your Lambda function. I want to prove that this works, okay? So we'll say action, and instead of this we'll say upload from S3. Paste that link, save it. Now this should take the package from your S3. So you see the original code is now back. So if I again try the request module, this should work. Now instead of this, it's gonna come from S3, okay? Save. And I'm gonna talk about layers here a little bit once I show you this one. So it might take a while to save that. So it's done. Let's run it. So no more errors. The request module works fine. So I showed you both the way, the zip way and the S3. Now you see it's dirty, right? You're not following the best practices. Like you're installing all the modules here and all of that. Instead, AWS has something called as layers. So we'll take a look at the layers now. Okay. So let's learn how to basically create our AWS layers. This is the final step that I want to show you. So basically what AWS layer does is basically actually, you know what, I can show you from scratch here. So let me actually create an AWS function. We are now going to use AWS layers. So my YTD test. Okay, so I'm just going to name this function as whatever you want. I'm going to select Python 3.8 as a runtime. So use the same existing policies and stuff like that. This is very, very important because a lot of people on YouTube, like they showed it in the wrong way, how you create layers, because you need to follow certain folder structure. So for example, if I just start import a request here, it's not gonna work. So let me do that. REQUESTS. So of course, if I save and if I run it, it's gonna give an error. Now let me show you the right way to create an AWS layer. A lot of people have showed the incorrect way to do that. So I'm gonna show you the right way. So make a folder, call as layers. So now what you want to do, so I'm using Windows subsystem for Linux. This is very, very important because if you do it with the Windows and if you say pip install and stuff, it creates basically a Windows distribution file or like a wheel in Python. So instead I would recommend using Windows subsystem for Linux. Now what you want to do is basically you want to create a following folder structure. Build Python lib Python, then the name of the version of the Python. So remember the Lambda function has a Python 3.8, okay? So this would be Python 3.8 and the side package. So let me actually show you that. So I'm gonna say mkdir, okay, mkdir, I'm gonna say p, then we'll say the following thing. So we wanna create a folder called as build, then we wanna create a folder called as Python in that, then we wanna create a folder called as lib inside that, then we're gonna say the version of the Python. So I'm using 3.8. Then you're gonna say site packages. So sites -packges, site packages. You wanna click on that. So if you now observe, we have the folder structure created for us. So the layers, we have build, Python, lib, Python, the version and the site package. Now what we want to do, let's say you want to install request. So I have a command how to do that correctly. So pip3 install request target. Now here you would say build Python 3.8 and site package, and then you would say -system. Okay, this is the right way to do it. Okay, so if you do something else, it's not going to work. I tried a lot of stuff, and finally after figuring it out, this is how you would create a layers also in AWS Lambda. So that is done. Once it's done, now I'm going to show you from where to zip exactly, because that is also people are making a lot of there's a lot of confusion here. So go to layers function, go to the build, and this is what you want to zip, the Python folder. So go to Python. I'm using 7-zip, so Python zip, add it in the zip file. Now all you want to do, come to AWS, come to the layers thing, create a layer, name is my request, upload. Make sure you're in the right folder. Layers, build, Python zip, okay? Upload. Runtime, be very specific, 3.8. You want to save that. You have to be very specific with the versions and all, the way you create packages and all, because otherwise you would always have errors. So make sure to do that correctly. Otherwise, yeah, you would get error. This is the structure that, as I said, you gotta follow. So now I can go to the functions. I would go to that function that we created here. What was that? My YouTube stuff. So I'm gonna, yeah, this one, my YTD test. Now here I'm gonna click on layers, add layers, name existing layers, name this as my request. Gonna click on add, and it should work. That's the right way to do it, okay? So yeah, follow the folder structures as I said, and use Windows subsystem for Linux. So now if I run it, let me save it. So it's unsafe, so I'm saving it. And if you test, it should work. So test, no more errors, and it works. So the library import was successful. So here is a complete crash course on AWS. I taught you how to write a Lambda, how to deploy a deployment package, S3 layers and everything. So this is all you need to know about AWS Lambda. If you have any more questions, let me know, and I can help you out with that. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for love. Thank you for support. Hope this tutorial will benefit all the community and all the students and a lot of more people. If you really like this content, I would ask you to give a like on this video, or if you can share, please do share the video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.